Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. UK Armed Forces face a 28 billion black hole thanks to Keir Starmer. So what that means is that if there was a war tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to fight. We wouldn't last long, thanks to Starmer and his and Rachel Reeves' budget last year. There is a 28 billion black hole which our armed forces face. This is not all the fault of the Starmer and his Labour government. You have to go back to the years that the Tories was in government. Look at the cutbacks they made. It's no wonder that our armed forces, who used to be the envy of the world, now are just a laughing stock. We're lagging behind other countries who spend money on their armed forces, and like I've said, we've just become a laughing stock. And of course, now it's getting worse. While Starmer is Prime Minister and Rachel Reeves is Chancellor. I mean, the government can find money, though, to put migrants into hotels. They've got the money for that. They can find the money for that. And then they can also find the money for more increases in benefits, which no doubt will be going up more in April. That's where all the money's going, especially on migrants who live in hotels. And of course, now there's talk of the government putting them in homes. But going back to our armed forces, like I said, we used to be the envy of the world, but now we're not. We just we haven't got an army, we haven't got a navy, and we haven't got an air force. We've just got about a nuclear deterrent. Goodness knows what would happen if we didn't have that. We can just about maintain that. But the other armed forces, we can't. But like I've said, if we was going to go to war tomorrow with anyone, we wouldn't be able to survive long. The army, air force, and navy, they would be, well and truly routed. It's a good job we've got our nuclear deterrent. I mean, look what's Russia's doing. We've got Putin invaded Ukraine, and the Starmer's on about putting our soldiers into Ukraine and in peacekeeping duties. And China as well. You've got China. Look at the size of their armed forces, and they've got nuclear weapons as well. Them threatening Taiwan, and there's other countries as well who have nuclear weapons. North Korea has a nuclear weapons as well. So if there was a war, like I've said, if there was a war tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to do anything. We'd run out of ammunition in no time, and we'd have to surrender. I mean, we can't keep relying on the Americans to protect us and Europe, because we've relied on them for too long. And no wonder Trump is getting a little bit annoyed with the Europeans, because over the years, the European countries have relied on Americans' protection. Well, now their patience is beginning to run out. It's time that the rest of Europe were paid their way and protected Europe. But like I've said, we wouldn't be able to fight a war if there was one tomorrow. We would. I don't know what would happen. We'd lose the army, the navy, and we'd lose the air force. It's a good job we've got our nuclear deterrent, even though that probably wouldn't do much to stop whoever was threatening us. I mean, you're running on a look at the Soviet Union, Russia. Look how many nuclear missiles they've got. And America as well. Look how many they've got. And of course, we've got nothing due to the cutbacks of previous governments. Not only this one, but also the Tories. I mean, when these cutbacks started when Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. And then it's carried on since from different governments. Tony Blair as well, when he was Prime Minister. Starmer has promised to spend money on defence, but that's another one of his lies. He never do it. He promised Donald Trump he would, but he won't. He'd rather spend the money on putting migrants into hotels and giving the unemployed more benefits. That's where he'd rather put his money. Put the money in. He's, of course, if it ever happens, well, like I've said, people have said that if there was a war tomorrow, we would not be able to survive. Anyway, that's the end of this video. The Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.